the steps you take in deciding whether or not to take it in place? Investigate a place.
We'll contact them, email and phone. We'll ask questions, like what the experiences are, look into it, make sure they're really looking for help. Then we'll set up interviews and go from there.
Do public places come to you, or is it just mostly private people?
Mostly it's been private residents so far. People mostly just want to feel safe in their own homes, I feel like.
It's a real important service.
Right.
And I bet you're very good at being confidential, right?
Yes. Yeah, we don't publicize like this address here is haunted. We'll say like private residents in Sheboygan, and we won't even state their names in the report.
What procedures do you follow in organizing an investigation?
Well, we'll contact, do the interviews. We'll do a walkthrough of the building, check if there's anything wrong with like their electrical equipment. Because sometimes if you have a high electromagnetic field and like your power lines or your outlets, that can cause a feeling of paranorma. And some people are very sensitive to that, and they'll have hallucinations of hearing voices, seeing shadows out of the corner of their eyes. So that's one thing to show people, saying, oh, you have a high electromagnetic field right here. You might want to get your wiring changed, and that might fix the problem. Because high exposure to that for overextended periods of time can cause things to happen.
How do you handle an investigation of a large place? Do you plan differently, or how do you control the environment?
For a large building, since it's just 2 investigators in our group, we will contact one of our associate groups we work with. Work about maybe 3 or 4 different groups. We'll bring along at least 2 or 3 investigators from another group. Always keep groups of 2 or 3 separate floors so there's no contamination. We always have walkies so we know where everybody is at the time, and just try to get as many cameras, like in other rooms if we're not in a room, we'll set a camera or a voice recorder in that room to capture any sounds while we're not in there.
Just areas that are thought to be haunted in the building, or do you just kind of cover the whole place?
Usually we will start out with the haunted areas, try to do at least maybe 2 or 3 EVP circles recordings in those rooms during the night, and then if we have more time we will go around to the other rooms and investigate those also, but the rooms that are not reported to be haunted, those are the last things we will check into.
Okay. Do you ever go back to a place for a second investigation?
We've gone to a few of the private residences because like we might not capture something, but then the client will say, oh, like something's happened since you've been away, so we will go back and do another investigation.
With nervous clients,
right? Right. We will go back because sometimes, you might not have something happen the first time.
What, in your opinion, would be the ultimate evidence gathered of a true haunting or supervision?
Well, for me personally, it's a recording, but I don't think there's anything that's going to be proven to the public because anybody can say, oh, that was something you faked, but for me personally, it's an intelligent voice saying something, responding to a question you asked, for me personally.
Do you count personal experiences?
I don't necessarily, unless it's something that you can catch on equipment. I mean, it's something you will put in the report, say, oh, so-and-so had an experience, and we'll acknowledge it, but you're not going to present it as evidence.
Too many valuables.
Right. Like I don't count, oh, someone had a weird feeling.
Yeah. Okay. Do you ever teach any classes or anything?
I never have, no.
How do you evaluate orbs?
I believe they're dust, lighting, bugs, not paranormal at all.
You don't?
No, not at all.
Okay.
Right.
And what kind of photographs do you think are good?
I never come across a photograph where I could say something was paranormal in it. I mean, there's too many things with a camera where it could be something natural, unless I see like an actual, maybe if there's like an actual shadow that can't be explained or something like that. If there's something you can't recreate, then that could be something. But personally, I've never come across anything that I couldn't explain.